Hey everybody, good morning. I'm here in my studio room and I'm drinking some tea. Shout out to tea drinkers. The purpose of today's video has a couple points that I want to make. But the main purpose is to help you guys understand the complexity of healthy relationships, especially pertaining to two individuals through my experience. Male. So the first thing I wanted to say is give you some background. So my sexual identity is a queer person who doesn't really care for, well, I guess let's look at the evolution. I came out as a gay person in whatever year I was 16. As I grew older, I started to notice that I am attracted to people and not the genitalia, and especially as I've grown into myself as someone who mixes masculine and feminine energies, I find it really important that we stop focusing on the attraction based on traditional gender roles as someone who is non-binary and having a supportive boyfriend who completely supports me in my gender identity and in my sexual orientation. I guess you could call me pansexual, but I feel like the conversations that I have revolving around sexual identity, if you are someone who I meet and you automatically need to place a label onto my identity, then we're probably not going to get very far sexually. And luckily, with the man that I met, Ricardo Sparks, put a picture right here, he was just completely understanding about everything about my identity and didn't really feel the need to put me in a box. Ricardo is a cis man and he is bisexual. And so what I've learned in my experience dating someone who's bisexual is very enlightening, illuminating. There have been some moments in our relationship where I have been acting out of biphobia, which is ingrained in all of us. I know that everyone in my age group was very quick to erase bisexual people, and it was because, a lot of the gays used, oh, I'm bi as a, transition phase when they wanted to still gain acceptance from heteronormative communities, but also, express their sexuality in their own way. So that was my experience with, people who were bisexual at a younger age and then, started to realize that they were actually a gay person. And that shed a really dark light onto bisexual people. And Ricardo was the first person that I have dated that is bisexual and is a proud bisexual person. Throughout our relationship, I never invalidated him. I've always respected his attraction to women, as I am attracted to women and femininity. And I feel like he is also supportive of trans people and their identity and their beauty. So that was another thing that bisexuality was ingrained in me, that bisexuality was transphobic. And I'm not here to have discourse or talk to anyone or persuade them any sort of way, but the point of this video is to allow you to start to unlearn the biphobia and the bisexual erasure that currently is happening in the gay community, in the LGBTQ community, and I want to help stop that. Ricardo has been super lovely and understanding and supportive in every way possible. However, through biphobia, insecurities have popped up on my end, being someone who is gender fluid and non-binary, but has a penis. I felt on some level I could not satisfy him not having a vagina or boobs. And I quickly unlearned that, because through constant communication with him, through, having a conversation, having dialogue surrounding my insecurities, and being able to root back why I'm insecure. Because I'm a beautiful, talented person, and there's no need for me to be insecure in this loving, supportive relationship that's based on healthy communication and growth. It does get hard at times because we are long distance, but we have a healthy relationship with social media, with communication, with making long distance work. And at a certain point, we will be living together in the foreseeable future. And I love him very much. But the biggest thing that I urge you, as someone who is dating a bisexual person, is to have trust, to not project your insecurities of infidelity or of worth onto your partner, because bisexual people don't deserve that. And if you approach all your insecurities as an opportunity to have a conversation and to not be afraid of the judgment, then you will learn very quickly that bisexual people can be very loving and very supportive. And as we grow as individuals and as we grow in this relationship, I am excited for all the people that we will attract, all the people that we are attracted to, because that was a point in conversation that me and Ricardo had, that I feel insecure that you like these photos of women, femmes, people that just don't look like me. And reading in an article, I learned that it isn't fair. Luckily, hold on, little tangent. I'm getting better with not going off so many tangents. It isn't fair for your partner to expect a monopoly of your attraction and attention. And I'm super grateful that we have the trust and love in our relationship to where I never went through his phone, he's never gone through mine. Even when our relationship went through a polyamorous, it wasn't a phase, but we did communicate being long distance that, my sexual needs and his sexual needs, they're still important even though we're long distance. And so there was a short phase where, I had the freedom to explore my sexuality with other people, and he was completely supportive. It wasn't easy at first, as, jealousy and insecurities are natural, and in a healthy relationship, they pop up. But you just have to have a conversation, have an open dialogue about what is making you insecure, what your partner can do to support you, what you can do to support your partner. Now we've closed our relationship to focus on monogamy, as our relationship has changed and grown, and we don't seek desire from other people. We don't seek sexual gratification or attention from other people. We still are attracted to other people, as in a relationship that is never going to leave. I am still attracted to strangers. He is still attracted to strangers. But the attraction stops at just attraction. We're not going to act on our attraction. We can acknowledge that people in this world are beautiful. And if it wasn't for that truth, we wouldn't have come together in this healthy, beautiful relationship. So, going forward, as someone who is a strong advocate for bisexual people and bisexuality, I strongly encourage you to start unlearning the things that you were taught as a young person, as a younger person, or maybe even as an old person. You want to make sure that if we want to grow as a community, if we want to grow as individuals, we must grow ourselves and through the pain and the insecurities and the discomfort. I hope that if you know someone who's bisexual, you can support them and love them and help them not feel like they aren't valid or important, or project your insecurities onto them. Talk to them. Talking to anyone face to face or otherwise, you know, in this time of quarantine, you really have to make use of communication and have that conversation, because the only thing that can happen from having that conversation is either a discussion, a conversation that will heal your insecurities, help you heal as a person, or it'll shed light on the relationship. Maybe you don't want to be with someone that's bisexual, and you know, if you can tap into why the root of that is and understand that it's your insecurity and not the person's bisexuality, then I think you'll be really happy in the long run. So yeah, that was my video on supporting bisexual people, being in a healthy, supportive relationship with someone who is bisexual, and helping to unlearn the toxic behaviors that we grow as, that we learn as younger people. I hope that this video was insightful. I hope that you remember that in every relationship dynamic, communication really is key, and having conversations and having the freedom and trust to have healthy dialogue with others will always get you places, as opposed to just spiraling in your head, as, you know, I've done. So yeah, have a great day, y'all.